It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A severe weather system is on its way to the Hunter. The Weather Bureau says there's the chance of a severe thunderstorm this afternoon, which could also produce some hail. The weather system has already left tens of thousands of homes without power in South Australia, and it's now moving through the southern parts of New South Wales. Police have uncovered a hydroponic cannabis setup at Bar Beach. Officers stopped a car yesterday morning and allegedly found a quantity of the drug, prompting them to search the driver's house in Light Street. Joanne Elliott from Police Headquarters says they found a clandestine growing setup and a large amount of cash.
During that search, officers located a hydroponic setup in a hidden room in the property and seized 21 cannabis plants, 4 Ks of cannabis head and more than $12,000 cash. That man was arrested. He was taken to Newcastle Police Station. He's been charged with 7 offences and has been refused bail to appear in court today.
It's been revealed this week's bushfire at Kurri Kurri could have been much worse. It's emerged there was a third ignition point which failed to take hold. Bush was set alight at Kurri Kurri and Head and Greeter during Wednesday's extreme heat, with both fires merging into one raging inferno. The Herald reports arson investigators yesterday found another spot near Chinaman's Hollow, which was set alight but failed to take off. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says the region has lost its champion with the resignation of Mike Baird yesterday. There's been a mixed reaction to the Premier's legacy on the Hunter, with supporters pointing to his backing of the light rail project, V8 supercars and the cruise ship terminal. However, critics say the sale of the Port of Newcastle saw only a fraction of the proceeds returned to our region, and cutting the heavy rail line gutted public transport. Scott McDonald says he's concerned the Premier's resignation will see the focus shift away from the region.
I think we can take heart that the major projects will continue. I guess I'm more concerned about what happens next. So will the next Premier be just as committed? Will the next Premier be as interested in what the next infrastructure list will be? So I think the Premier always backed Newcastle and backed that up with a strong budget.
More details have emerged about yesterday's police raid at Mount Hutton. Heavily armed officers stormed a home on Warners Bay Road and reportedly arrested 2 men. The Herald reports the arrests are linked to the theft of more than 40 rifles and shotguns from a self-storage facility in Hunter Street, Newcastle West, last month. Australian kayaker Steve Posselt will paddle into Horseshoe Beach on the final leg of his 13,000-kilometre world trip tomorrow morning. He's trying to raise awareness for a petition which calls on the federal government to call a climate emergency and divert resources to reducing the effects of climate change. He says climate mitigation is possible as long as the government gives the go-ahead.
The engineering expertise is there. All you got to do is tell the engineers, just fix it, mate, and it'll be done. And although it will involve some changes to society, most of them are going to make it a cleaner, happier, healthier place. So what can be bad with that?
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Newcastle Knights coach Nathan Brown is positive the team can overcome the setbacks of the past week. He confirmed Paulie has a dislocated hip after speculation he had instead broken his leg in a multi-vehicle car accident north of Sydney. Fronting the media yesterday brave-faced, Nathan Brown says the team are all focused on player welfare, particularly after news broke of Jared Mullen's positive drug test earlier this week.
These things happen, unfortunately, in football clubs. Survive and move on, but Jared's welfare for him is I think everyone's main concern, not what's happened or how it's happened or why it's happened. I think as long as we can monitor Mullo's welfare, that's the main thing.
Former Newcastle Knights player Daniel Tills is a prime target for more than one Newcastle Rugby League team. The Central Newcastle Butcher Boys and Souths Lions are vying to sign the NRL prop. And Newcastle basketballer Ben Simmons is yet to return to training with the 76ers in American NBL. A broken foot has pushed his debut back again until February. That's sport. I'm Jessica Rouse.
2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.